I'll be teaching you how to make a lemon meringue pie. The ingredients you need will be 1.5 cups of sugar, 3 tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1.5 cups of water, a dash of salt, 3 egg yolks that will need to be beaten, a third of a cup of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of finely shredded like lemon peel, and 2 tablespoons of butter. So you'll have to add the sugar, flour, cornstarch into a medium saucepan and gradually stir in water. I've already done that part, and you have to let it boil until it gets to a point where it's bubbling and is like sort of this sort of texture. After that, you have to stir for 2 minutes. After you stir for 2 minutes, you get your eggs, you beat them a little bit, and you take about a cup to a cup and a half of this filling, and you place it into here, and you'll have to mix it together. You don't just add the eggs into the saucepan because the eggs would cook and they would get like chunky, like sort of actually how you would cook like a scrambled egg or something. So when you do it like this, it makes it smooth when it's mixing together. After it's mixed together, all you gotta do is pour it back in, just like this. And then you'll have to mix it around for 2 minutes. So the reason I'm teaching you how to make a lemon meringue pie is because I've done this with my grandma since I was 4. It's been a tradition in our family before every Thanksgiving. So yeah, but when I started doing this, I was about down here. So it's been a while. So you were supposed to do it for 2 minutes, but we're gonna stop it here because we sort of did it a little bit beforehand. And then you move it over, make sure it's off the heat, and you add in your lemon, your butter, and your like lemon peel. Also turn off the burner. The other one. Oh, other one I meant. It's still not off. Okay, that took longer than it should have. All right, add all this stuff in, just slowly, and then you have to mix it all together. And you do this until this butter is melted. So when you're during this process, always make sure to be stirring it because the sugar burns really easily, and that can ruin this. It makes it like sort of crusty, which is nasty. So you're gonna have to keep on stirring. I'm gonna put it back on the heat so it cooks a little bit faster for this. But it'll cook by itself. You don't have to put it back on the heat. Just doing it for this demonstration. So right after that, we'll be making the lemon meringue, like the meringue for the pie. So that's good. I'm gonna let it sit to make sure that butter melts, and I'm gonna move on to this meringue. So the meringue is really simple. You do half a teaspoon of pure vanilla, which has already been put in here, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and you mix it around. 3 egg whites at room temperature is what you add, and you add like these 2 things to it, and you mix it around for on medium speed for 1 minute until it starts like getting peaked like this. Let's look. And it'll start being able to peak like this and in there. After you see that happen, you slowly add your 6 tablespoons of like sugar into it on high speed. And you have to do this until It's so you do that until the sugar is completely mixed in and dissolved into it. I'm gonna let it go just real quick for a little bit longer. But right after this, we'll be adding we'll be pouring. Actually, we can pour this into it now. So we'll pour our mixture, which should look like this, into our pie filling. Okay. So we'll pour it into our pie filling, and make sure you poke holes in the pie filling, so it doesn't like puff up a lot. So just pour that in, and then you got to make sure also cook the pie filling beforehand. It goes for about 12 minutes on 400. We just use one of the like store-bought that are already frozen. That's what I think is the easiest, and it tastes pretty much just the same. So you get all of that in. The meringue is done, so you just gotta take it out. Sorry. Alright, and you literally just have to paste it on here. So this is the fun part, is you try to make peaks with it once you get it on. So you sort of just put it all on it first, and then you'll want to make sure it goes to the very edge, because this meringue, when it gets heated up and cooks, it shrinks down a lot. So it will look like you have a lot, but make sure you add all of it, because if you don't add all of it, it'll shrink and you won't have enough. And also it tastes really good, so it's useless to not add it. So a spatula and just go all the way to the edge. Try to pretty much just seal up the edges. Makes it cook better, and also, like I said, it'll shrink up. So you just do this, and just sort of work it around, and then you add peaks to it, just like this. You sort of just like dip it in and like bring it out, just like that. And you do this, doesn't matter what size peaks you make, but they look very good in the end. All right, so now we move on. We put it in the oven for at 350. At 350 for 15 minutes. So 15 time lapse. Comes out looking like this. Big transformation. It's like a glow up. So we put it on our drying rack for 15 more minutes, and it's good to eat.